What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I want to take a look at Representative Larson. He was on the House floor last week talking about Social Security reform. And this is what we want to hear. We want to hear these politicians out there really pushing for Social Security reform. I think Representative Larson is probably the number one advocate for Social Security reform. He has a bill that he has been trying to get passed for several years, and I think since like 2014 or 2016. And so I'm going to show you this quick little clip of Representative Larson, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Social Security 2100 Act, just what's in it, how can the Social Security 2100 Act benefit people who are currently receiving Social Security. And then we also need to talk about Gen Xers, because Gen Xers are going to be retiring in about 10 years if they want to get their full retirement. And at that time, if Congress doesn't act, then we're looking at a potential for a reduction of about 23%. So we're also need to talk about the why it's important that Social Security be reformed. So that's what we're going to focus on in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification and clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter and Threads, you can at the TEC Show Live. Okay, so we're doing live streams again. I'm just letting you guys know that. And so we'll be doing live streams. They're going to be random. So you need to subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you get that notification when I go live. So I'm not going to have a set date that I go live. I'm just going to kind of start off by just doing kind of random lives. If there's something really significant that I want to talk about, then I'll do a live stream. And we'll just see where that goes. And we might get to a point where I do live streams on a frequent basis, and I have certain days that I do them on. But as of right now, I just want to kind of get my feet wet again. I haven't done live streams in a long time. So I used to do them all the time. And now that I'm going to be getting back into it, it takes a little bit of time for me. It's a little learning curve that I have to get over. And I have some new stuff now, some new stuff set up. So it'll make the live streams that much more interesting. Okay, let's go ahead. I want to play Representative Larson. But before I play the clip, this is on Twitter, and this is what he posted. So he posted yesterday, and this was 3 days ago. Yesterday, I led my Democratic colleagues on the House floor to call for action on Social Security. It says, for more than 40% of all Americans, Social Security is the only pension they have. It's time for Congress to vote to enhance benefits for the first time in more than 50 years. Okay, so let's go ahead and hear what he has to say.
This Congress that we're all a part of has not enhanced Social Security, now going on 53 years. So it was 1971 was the last time the United States Congress, which has the responsibility, enhanced Social Security for any of its recipients. 10,000 baby boomers a day become eligible for Social Security. And since 1971, Congress has not taken any action. I'm joined by my colleagues today as we come to this floor and beseech our fellow colleagues to do one simple thing: vote.
Okay, so that was Representative Larson. Now, you heard what he said. He's asking them to do one thing: vote. And I agree with him. When it comes down to Social Security reform, when it comes down to anything, any type of bill that they want to try to get passed, bring it to the floor, vote on it. Now, it will be a little bit difficult to bring Representative Larson's bill to the floor because we have split government. The House is being run by Republicans right now. Representative Larson is a Democrat. And so if he wants to get something on the floor, it's going to be very difficult. He's going to need Republicans to really support this. And so there are some challenges in front of us when it comes to Social Security reform. However, they can start in the Senate. The Senate is run by Democrats. So if Senator Schumer, the leader of the Senate, if he wants to bring something forward, he can. And there's a version of the Social Security 2100 Act in the Senate. And so they can bring that to the floor. So that's where it would have to start. That's where they're going to have to initiate it. But we have some things that they're going to be talking about in the next couple of weeks. Actually, this week coming, we have the government shutdown, the potential of a government shutdown. Although the Speaker Johnson and Leader Schumer have come to an agreement on a top line number, and I think it's 1.66 trillion is their top line number. So they've come to an agreement on that. They still need to vote on the appropriations bills. And right now, it looks like they're going to have to do a continued resolution again, so they'll have time to vote on these appropriations bills. They have to vote, I think, on 12 total, and they've passed some in the House, but they haven't passed any in the Senate yet. So the Senate's going to have to take up, I think right now there's like 4 appropriations bills in the House that they have not passed. So they're going to have to work on those, pass those. And then the remaining appropriations bills that have been passed in the House and sent over to the Senate's going to have to take up all of them and pass them. So they need time. That's why they're going to probably do another continued resolution in order to get that time that they need. But the top line numbers there, they understand, okay, this is how much we're going to spend in 2024, but you still have some pushback. You actually have pushback from the far right, or the Freedom Caucus, if you want to say that. They are out there saying that they're not for this. And they're actually threatening Representative Johnson, Speaker Johnson. They're threatening his job, just like they threatened McCarthy's job. They're threatening Representative Johnson. And I keep saying representative, he's the speaker. So Speaker Johnson, they are threatening his job, and they're threatening if he doesn't meet their demands, we might see another situation where we have a speaker get ousted and then they have to vote on a new speaker. So we'll be doing all the same thing that we were doing in 2023. We'll be doing that again in 2024. So we'll have to see where that goes. But right now, government shutdown is their main priority. And then after that, I would assume that we're going to start talking more about funding and the border, the funding for the border, funding for Ukraine, funding for Israel. We'll probably talk more about that. And then hopefully we will start hearing more talk about Social Security reform. You have representatives right now that are eager and they want to move forward. They took a whole hour out of the schedule, the House schedule, for, they were on the floor talking about this reform for Social Security. So we'll just have to see if we have more politicians that come in and say, yes, we want to move forward with this, and now is the time. I would say this is the time. This is the perfect opportunity because we're in an election year, as well as right now, it's better to do something now and not wait until we don't know what's going to happen in 2025, 2026. We don't know who's going to be running the country. And so it's better to do it now if you're looking at it this way, if Representative Larson has this bill, the Social Security 2100 Act, and you have support from the president, the current president, it's better to try to get it done now because the Senate's being run by Democrats. You have President Biden there as a Democrat, and you have an opportunity to move this bill forward because you have Democrats in the Senate and the presidency. This is the opportunity. You just have one hurdle. You need to get past the House. So we'll see where it goes from here. I want to know what you guys think about this whole situation when it comes to Social Security 2100 Act. I did say I would talk a little bit about it, some of the things that it has. I think one of the best things that it will offer is that 2% increase to COLA across the board. So if you're currently, we currently look at COLA. COLA is 3.2% right now. You would get an additional 2% automatically. So we would never see a situation where there's no COLA for the year. You're always going to have at least 2%. And then there's some other things that are in there. The windfall elimination. There's some other aspects of Social Security 2100 Act that are very good. And they want to bring people who are below the poverty line up to 125% of the poverty line. So you're going to see some increases for some people who are receiving Social Security benefits, and then also would reform Social Security. So we wouldn't be looking at in 10 years this cut of 23%. There's no talk of raising the full retirement age or anything like that in the Social Security 2100 Act. So that's good as well. So people who you might be Gen Xer right now thinking about, okay, well, I can retire in 10 years at 67. But if they raise the full retirement age, now you're going to have to wait a couple of extra years, or you can retire, but you're only going to be retiring on your retirement benefits, like whatever you have, your 401k, but you're not going to be able to pull, or you probably wouldn't want to pull from your Social Security because you're not going to get the full amount. You'll get a reduced amount. And so that's all I have for this video, but I want to know what you guys think. So in the comments, let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.